First of all, you open the application Unilogic, and then you go to a project, and then you click new, and then you name your file as you want, and we call it a new project, and then we click next. After that, you have to select your controller, you click finish, and then you have to wait. You wait a little bit. And after that, it's gonna show up the controller, and you click PLC communication, and that's it. That's all you got. Thank you.
So once you open up your Unilogic application, what you would want to do is go to your left-hand side. Under module, you're going to see screen 1. You would want to right-click on that one, and then go down to your numeric box. On your right-hand side, you have a toolbox. Go as big as you want, and then you would want to click on that same numeric box. Go down to your numeric value on your right-hand side. Click on the blue pencil, and then you want to set that point 1. I need that in your integer 16. You want to set a power up value of 0. Hit save. And now you would want to go up to your toolbox again. Go to your button section. Drag the button over your screen. You would want to click on the button and go down to your text label. You would want to name that button next. Hit enter, and it will appear on the button on your screen. Next, what you want to do is add a new screen, and you would want to name that your increase and decrease screen. Hit enter, and on that one, for your screen 1, you would want to rename it as well to keypad entry. Then click on your next button. You would want to make an action, and this would be linking it to your other screen. So what you would want to do is set the bit to load screen. On your empty, you would want to click your increase and decrease screen and hit the press button and close it. Now going back to your increase and decrease screen, what you would want to do is add buttons. In this case, we would be adding 3 buttons. Once you have your buttons, you're going to want to add a numeric box as well. Make it as big as you want again. And then you would want to click the numeric box again. Go to your numeric value again. Name that one set point 2. Make sure it's within your integer 16, and then also do a power of 0. Now going back to the buttons, click on the button, go down to your right hand side, and you would want to look for a text label. Name that one your increase button. And for that one, go back to actions, add an action, set bit would be name it increase. You would want to name it increase, enter, and then add a new action again. And then that one you would want to set your reset bit. Go to your blue pencil again, and then make sure you tag it to your increase. That one would be release. And then same thing for your button number 2. You would want to go down to your text label and name this one decrease. Click on it, and then you have to go back to your actions. Add an action. Name it decrease. Hit save. Add another action. And go to reset bit. And then go to your blue pencil and name that one, tag it with the decrease. And under trigger, you would want to do release. Now go down to button 3, click on it. One more time, we are going to rename our button to back. Once again, go back to your actions, step a bit down to your last screen, and then just close it off. And then for now, you would want to go to your function, which would be your ladder. And then same thing as your other screen, you have a toolbox. Now this one you would want to go under basic elements, look for your positive transition contact. Once you have that, you would want to link it. Just click on the empty, and then you're going to find your increase button. Click it, hit enter, and then what you want to do next is go down from your toolbox, look under math, and then you're going to find your increase button. Go ahead and drag it over so you can link it. Once again, hit empty, and this one we're going to set it to set point 2. Now, what you want to do is go down to your second ladder, do the same thing, grab a positive transition contact, and this one we're going to name it decrease button. And then once again, go down to your math, and you are going to grab a decrease element, and then from that one, you want to do your set point 2 as well. Go over to your module, and then this one, don't forget guys, that on your keypad entry for your numeric box, we would want this one to be unchecked in order for you to be going from back screen to back screen, and so you would be able to move your numbers, increase the numbers. And then from there, you would want to go up to top left, and then click on download all. Look for your PLC screen, and then hit download. Hit yes if you want all configurations to transfer over to the PLC screen. And that's you make an HMI program. Thank you.
Hi guys, back for the second session of this program, and now we're going to build another more intricate ladder diagram, and we'll also be using 2 buttons as well as a light which will function as an input or output, as an output of the 2 buttons. So we'll drag in the first button here and call it we'll label it and we'll give it the name on 2 button, and then we will tag it as on2 bit, type it bit, binary, double variable, yeah, switch on top. Then we will click the second button here, plug it on. So we will call this one on 3. And call it switch sub-button on 3. And describe it as sorry about that, I need to call it off 3. Sorry about that. This is off. It should be off button. Okay. All right. So I will tag it. Call it off. Off. So after establishing our two buttons, the on and the off, then we will now go and set up our output image. So I will now look for the image elements, and among the image elements, I'll pick the binary variable image. I will drop it here, and then I will go and select the image type that I need. The image source. This time, for the on function, I will look for the off function. Sorry, I will get the gray LED, and for the on function, I will use the red LED. So, like before, if I toggle between the two, you will see the status of the switches changing. I'll close that, and then I will link this to on 2. This is the output of on 2. So now that that is done, I will go on to construct the ladder diagram. When I go on the ladder diagram, I go to a new circuit, a new ladder level, and then I will use first direct contact. And then link this contact to on 2. Then I will get my second contact, which will be a normally closed contact. Which is also called as an inverted contact, and link it to the off button. Then I will get my coil. Direct coil, which will energize the LEDs, which will be part of the output, and get them as hold on a little bit. I'll need to go back and see the level that I gave this. This should be tagged as on 2 output. That way I can differentiate between the other outputs. 2 output. On 2 output. On 2 output, then I go back to the ladder function, and this time around I can now see our on 2 output here. which I can link to this coil. Then I will need to keep this output on until I press on this reset button. So in order to do that, I'll have to get this another direct contact and put it in parallel with the first one and connect it onto the first wire diagram. Then this will be linked to the output, coil 2, which is on to output. So what happens here is when contactor 1 on 2 is energized, it will power this coil. This coil will light the LED, and when the LED is lit, the coil at the same time energizes this onto this other coil, and this coil will hold this light on until this normally closed contactor is open. So in effect, when we turn this on to, this light will go on. When it goes on, this contactor is energized, the coil is energized, and then it turns on this contactor, and in the process it will keep this light on until we turn this off. Then this light will go off. So that is it. This is how you can create a simple switching circuit that will keep holding on until you power it off using this normally closed contactor. Thank you.
So after you've created your ladder logic, you're going to want to download the file onto your PLC screen. So the easiest way to do that is click download on the left side. Make sure your PLC screen is connected via USB, and then hit download all, and you're going to click on the screen and download. So you should see some communication on your PLC, and I'll cut to that video so you can see the screen as well. So as you can see, your program is downloading onto the PLC, and I've hooked up a mouse so I can easily control my PLC screen. So after your program has loaded onto your PLC, you can actually play around with it. So you're gonna click, if you click up here, you can change the numeric value to 100, and the light should turn red, which it works. And so basically we've set it up to anything under 100, it will not turn on. And if we go to the next screen, we can click up and down and control the numeric value using a button. And as you can see, after 10, the light turns red. And then we can test our back button. You can see it works. So this is just a brief explanation on how to transfer your program onto the PLC, and I hope you enjoyed our video. Have a great day.